You're gonna love this smoked Traeger dessert. It's a great Thanksgiving recipe to make on your smoker, but really you could eat it any time of year. Obviously, I will eat it July, August, September, like anytime. So anyways, to make this smoked apple pie, you just need a handful of pretty traditional apple pie ingredients. The first thing that you do is you slice up some Granny Smith apples, and then you get to cooking them down. So it's a pretty important step to cook them down. What you're going to do is first mix them up with a bunch of flavors and spices. So light brown sugar, some cinnamon, lemon juice, lemon zest, vanilla extract, and some allspice or nutmeg or, whatever other pie flavoring you might have in your pantry. So you just mix all that together, and then you put the apples into a large skillet on the stove with some butter, and they cook down for about 10 minutes. So the reason you do this is because you want them to become soft and reduce a little bit before they get into the smoker. So to cook down the apples, you just keep stirring them with the butter in there until they become translucent and really soft, and then you set them aside while you work on assembling your pie crust. Now, what's going to happen is you're also going to need to prepare a dish for smoking the apple pie. So if you purchase store-bought pie crust, you might not need it because those usually come in tin containers, which could be smoked right in there. Otherwise, you'll want to add your pie crust to a pie pan or a cast iron skillet as an additional option. So you want to remove the cooked apples when they're done cooking and set them aside, and then you're going to work on reducing down the caramel that's left in the pan. Now, I guess some people would just kind of ditch this caramel, or they might put it directly into the pie crust right then, but I think it's really important to reduce it down so it's a thicker caramel, because you don't want your apple pie to get all soggy when it's smoking. So it only takes about 5 to 10 minutes to get the right consistency when it's like liquid caramel and it kind of starts sticking to the spoon. This is so perfect, and really it makes this recipe like over the top amazing. All right, so you need to put all that caramel into your apple pie crust with the filling, and then you want to put the other top part of the apple pie on top. I don't know. Mine didn't look that beautiful, but it was so delicious. You really don't have to get super fancy. And then this is just the egg wash you saw me making earlier. So it's literally just an egg yolk, the yellow part, whisked together, and then you brush it on top, and that's going to get a nice crispy crust. And then you want to poke some holes and put some turbinado sugar on top of your smoked apple pie and head out to the Traeger, where you're going to smoke apple pie at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour to an hour and a half. I find the longer you leave it in there, obviously it picks up more of a smoky flavor. Apple pellets are really good to use, but you could use something stronger like hickory or mesquite. They're all good options. And then if you can stand it, let this sit for at least half an hour. I know, that's actually a severely long amount of time when you've been waiting for this delicious apple pie all that long, but I tell you, it is completely worth it. So if you need to make Traeger, turkey, or chicken or anything to serve this, check out recipes at Sip Bite Go. I have so many ideas for you there. Oh my God, this pie turns out so good every time. Look, I love just cooking down those apples because it makes it so there isn't a lot of space between the pie crust and the filling. You don't get that gap that you sometimes would. Oh my God, look at these apples though. They're just so melt in your mouth. This crust is cooked absolutely perfect. I'd say 60 to 90 minutes, but this one only took 60 minutes. Beautiful, beautiful crust on top. It's ready for some ice cream, but I'm probably gonna eat it first.